Thank you for joining me here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. A beautiful look outside at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Holiday travel picking up starting today as we get near the holiday Christmas time off period that everybody is about to enter. We have a lot of news to catch you up on. First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris will be joining us in just a few minutes to get you prepared for the weekend. I want to start by taking you out to Coweta County, where the search for a suspect continues. This man accused of shooting at law enforcement stretching into the third day of an ongoing manhunt. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says Ira Williams shot at Georgia State Patrol K-9 before running into the woods in Coweta County. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond is at the Coweta County Sheriff's Office, where multiple law enforcement agencies have been following tips and searching throughout the morning.
Tips have led them to two separate areas to search in the early morning hours, one in Grantville, the other in Hogansville, as they continue to search for their suspect, Ira Williams. This was the scene off of Blue Creek Road in Hogansville, right on the line between Troup and Coweta counties. Several law enforcement agencies were searching around houses and in the nearby woods. They wrapped up about 5 o'clock this morning there with no luck finding, again, 51-year-old Ira Williams. And just after midnight, there was a massive police response near Glanton Elementary School in Grantville, with a helicopter and drones up in the air helping with that search. And we're entering day 3 of the search for Williams after deputies say he led them on a chase down I-85 South and shot at them, hitting a Georgia State Patrol K-9 before running into the woods near Calico Loop. And that scene left neighbors in Grantville, like Troy Patterson, worried.
There were probably 30 to 40 police cars all up and down the road. Most of them were looking in the woods. They were all congregated over there in the woods.
The good news is the canine was treated and released from an animal hospital, but Williams is still on the loose and is considered armed and dangerous. So officials are asking people to remain vigilant. If you see anything suspicious, contact law enforcement. At the Coweta County Sheriff's Office, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
And I want to share this picture of you of that K-9 officer who was shot and then airlifted, now recovering, as you can see, for those injuries. Again, this is an ongoing active search with multiple law enforcement agencies. So if you have any information at all about this case, you are urged to call the GBI's regional office in Columbus. That number is 706-565-7888. You can also submit anonymous tips to the GBI, and of course you can contact them online as well. All right, taking you out to Henry County now with this story, including a missing man that now has turned into a search for a suspect. Henry County police are looking for Rodney Freeman. Investigators say he committed a sexual assault 1 week ago from yesterday. Now, Freeman is currently listed as the senior naval science instructor at Union Grove High School in McDonough. Anyone with any information about Freeman's whereabouts should call the Henry County Police Department. Again, any information, we have a link for you and more of those call numbers on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. I want to turn your attention now to the Capitol, where we are in the final hours before the deadline for the government to reach, for Congress, I should say, to reach an agreement and avoid a government shutdown. The nation is hurtling closer and closer to that midnight deadline after House Republicans failed to push through their own spending measure on Thursday. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
We will regroup and we will come up with another solution.
House Republicans are scrambling with just hours left to prevent a government shutdown. A last-ditch vote on a GOP measure backed by President-elect Donald Trump failed Thursday evening.
The bill is not passed.
The revised bill was a slimmed-down version of the larger bipartisan spending package that Republican leaders abandoned on Wednesday, bowing to pressure from Trump and his ally, Elon Musk. The latest bill still extended government funding through mid-March, kept billions in disaster aid, as well as assistance for farmers, but it also added Trump's demand to raise the debt ceiling for 2 years before he takes office. GOP leaders blame the Democrats for the impasse, though dozens of House Republicans also voted against the Trump-backed bill.
I'm not going to go vote for another debt ceiling increase without actual specifics on what the cuts will be.
Congressional Democrats and the White House have called on Republicans to take up the original deal.
All they have to do is keep to their word, vote for what they agreed to, and we keep the government open.
The shutdown would come at a high cost to federal workers just before the holidays. The Pentagon says active military personnel could go without a paycheck. So would TSA agents during some of the busiest travel days of the year. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And let's talk Georgia sports for a minute. The path to winning another national championship just got a little tougher. Quarterback Carson Beck is out for the college football playoffs. This is related to the elbow injury that knocked him out of this SEC championship game. So the team will turn to Gunnar Stockton moving forward in search of that third national championship in 4 years. And, you know, here in Georgia, we have a lot of love for our football, for our sports here. So sending good healing thoughts and a speedy recovery to Mr. Carson Beck. All right, as we talked about at the beginning of this stream, the holidays are on everybody's mind, and we are inching closer and closer to Hanukkah, Christmas, and the end of the year. So it is that time of year when activity picks up at the world's busiest airport, and many are starting to pack up for those holiday trips. Atlanta News First reporter Josh Skinner is at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport with how things are looking so far.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of year, and even a lot of smiles on the people traveling at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport today. Today kicks off the Christmas travel season. About 3.7 million Georgians expected to travel at least 50 miles from home to celebrate the Christmas season. That's about 100,000 more than last year. It might not be an overall Christmas travel record, but it's going to get close, and it might surpass it. And airports, like the busiest one in the world, are expected to deal with the brunt of that movement.
I travel a lot. They're doing pretty dang good. Like, I think it's great. Like, I've seen days where it's like a Monday and it's like double this. Like, they're moving. They're moving. But honestly, I think a lot of it's the Christmas time, and everyone's like, shoot, we're moving for Christmas. I've noticed over the past week, lights are coming in. Like, it's starting to feel a little more Christmassy, at least for me.
A lot of smiles on people's faces. Not something you usually see at an airport, but the holiday season has a lot of people really festive, and those lines getting longer and longer as the morning goes along, but everything moving quite swimmingly, and only just a handful of flight delays and only one cancellation at this time. Reporting at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.
And you can already see some of that activity here from our live camera showing you Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Now, for those of you that aren't traveling just yet and staying put, there's a lot we want to tell you about the weather here in Atlanta. I want to bring on First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris with a look at the forecast.
All right, good morning to you, Maria. So cold. That'll be the story for us going into the upcoming weekend in all of North Georgia. We have a First Alert weather day for Saturday, but really it's going to be cold the entire weekend. So there's a live look there, as Maria mentioned, over Hartsfield-Jackson. No real travel issues in terms of those of you taking flights. We're not anticipating that. Earlier this morning, I did see an issue in Chicago. Let me bring myself up here. Hello, everybody. Hope you're off to a good start to your Friday. So Chicago O'Hare had some issues earlier this morning with flight delays because of ice, but that has since been removed. So now if you are traveling toward the Midwest, you should be in good shape. But as you can see, looking out over Hartsfield-Jackson, completely clear. So it'll be windy today. So if you have to take off out of ATL this afternoon, that's not going to slow any flights down, but maybe a little turbulence that you're taking off because of that wind. Let's talk about these temperatures now. So with the wind out there today, plus the chilly temperatures, our winds are going to gust up to like 30 miles per hour this afternoon. So it's going to feel like the 40s throughout the entire afternoon, feeling like 48 degrees at 3 o'clock today. By the end of your commute, if you are headed to work, it'll feel like 35 degrees at 6 o'clock, and it'll feel like 27 at 9 o'clock. So you will need the coat if you are headed out tonight here anywhere in North Georgia. And that cold air will stick around for Saturday. So Saturday is a First Alert mainly because the actual high is only 47 on Saturday afternoon. Today's highs are in the mid-50s. Even though the wind chills, the feel like temperatures are in the 40s, the actual high will be about 55 degrees in Atlanta, which is right at average for this time of year. But tomorrow, the high is only 47. So we're not really warming up at all tomorrow, which is why that's the first alert. And that will really be your forecast for the entire weekend. Today, 55, Saturday, 47, which is the first day of winter, by the way. And then Sunday, 48 degrees. A lot of sunshine, some really nice days, but super cold. And then our pattern will change next week. Monday, 50 and sunny. By Christmas Eve, 56 degrees and more clouds. We're watching our next weather system. Unfortunately, it looks like that will move in on Christmas Day. So we have a 40% chance of showers in your forecast right now. So just circle Wednesday on your calendar. We don't have that as a first alert yet because we're still kind of analyzing our model data. Right now, we're just showing showers on Christmas Day. But no doubt, if that is something that increases your chance of rain, that would become a first alert. And it does look like at this point that rain could linger into Thursday as well. So dry and cold going into the weekend, and our next best chance of rain is, in fact, on Christmas Day itself. So we'll keep you up to date on that. We'll have our latest update for you on Atlanta News First at noon, always in the First Alert Weather app. We hope you guys have an amazing Friday, a great weekend, a happy holiday, and until next time, we'll see you soon.